Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Jessica. Today we're doing an update on my rolling project pan. This is a project where I always have 10 rotating makeup items that I'm working on, with the ultimate goal most of the time being to use up the entirety of the product. I've been project panning for almost 2 years now, and during my project panning journey, I've really been able to pare down my makeup collection that was really starting to get out of control a couple years back, and simplify and really focus on using up the makeup that I have already spent money on. This also helps me a lot with resisting the urge to purchase any new makeup that comes out, because I know how much I have in my collection, and I also know how long it takes me to go through that product. So it definitely helps me just balance my budget a little bit better, be more mindful of my spending and the amount of product I'm bringing into my life and into my home and into my collection. I've been quite successful over my span of panning, and I am starting to struggle with just finding more items to bring into this rolling project, which is a good thing. It's a good problem to have, but we will continue this journey at least for a little while longer and see how curated I'm able to get my collection. My makeup inventory video will be coming up in January, so definitely stay tuned for that. You can see the difference in my makeup inventory from the beginning of this year to the beginning of this coming year. I'm really hoping to see some major changes in those numbers. Of course, there are those products that I just love that I will always have a ridiculous amount of, or at least a reasonable ridiculous amount of. Those items for me are blush. Big sucker for blush. Also lipstick, it's my favorite accessory to play around with. And eyeshadow, because, okay, let's be real, that is the real fun play. I like to mix and match all of those parts of my makeup routine. Everything else can pretty much stay the same. My complexion products can stay the same. Any eyeliners, mascaras, you know, those kind of do what they do. But it's really fun for me to just express myself in those different tones and colors and styles of makeup. Okay, I've done a lot of blabbering today. It's time for us to get into my update. Made some really good progress in the past month. Some really exciting news for you. Get pumped. Let's get into this. If you know me, you know I'm a numbers girl, so I'm always gonna tell you as much data as I have for each product. I'm always gonna tell you what month the item rolled in, so ultimately how long I've been working on it. I'm always gonna tell you what it was weighing when it rolled in, what it was weighing at this time last month, how many times I used it in the past month, and what it is weighing today. And if it's an item that I have just recently brought in, I'm also gonna tell you how many total uses I have on that specific item. And I've only recently started counting uses, so I only have this complete data for a few items. So our oldest item we will start with today has been in since September of 2021. So over a year it has been in this project. That is the e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. And we have really been dedicated to this one, and it has taken much longer than I anticipated that it would. So when this originally rolled in, it was weighing 92.3 grams, and it had 4 shades of cream contour in there. 2 kind of contour cooler base shades, 1 more warm shade that could be used as a bronzer, and then 1 yellow highlighting shade. I've been slowly wearing away at those more cool toned bronzers, and then I really worked on that deep toned shade in there, really sheared it out, and it worked quite well for me during the summer months, and was able to use up that shade as well. So here's what it was looking like last month. It was weighing 80.97 grams, and we were so close to getting it finished. All we had left was that little bit of highlighter, and you knew I wasn't gonna let you down. I am going to persevere for you and for the satisfaction of seeing this palette, because in the past month, after 16 uses, it is now weighing 80.53 grams. I've used up the additional 0.44 grams of product, and today, boom. It's empty, it's empty, it's empty, it's empty, it's empty, it's empty. We did it. I've been fiddling with this broken packaging for far too long. I have gone through each shade painstakingly and found a way to use up each gram of product that was in this compact. Those past 16 uses with that highlight shade, I basically used to brighten up certain areas for filming, because it didn't look so good in person, but filming was okay. And then I also used it as an eyelid primer on the days that I would remember to. There were definitely days where I was like, shoot, I forgot to reach for that, but you know, it's just I guess not necessarily a needed product in my routine if I was forgetting to reach for it, but I did find a way to use it. It is gone, and we are rolling this out now after 13 months, of use. So there you have it. It's going in the empties. Thank God. I'll break for applause here. Go ahead. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. You believed in me. Thank you. You like me. You really like me. I told you it was an exciting day. Our next item is that Chella Tantalizing Taupe Eyebrow Cream. This has been in my project since November of last year, so we are just about to come up on a year. I guess it's been 11 months working on this. It was weighing 10.03 grams when I brought it into this project. Last month, it was weighing 8.73 grams. I used this 30 times in the past month. It's weighing 8.47 grams today, so I used 0.26 grams of product in the past month, which is basically double what I've used before. Last month we had just hit the bottom. I guess we had hit pan on it finally, and I didn't think I was this close, but we did in fact clean out the rest of that. Oh my gosh, and look. You can see it now that it's white in there. It is completely empty. I used up every last scrape that I could get in here, and my usage really jumped up this month because I took a break from my eyebrow mascara. I thought to myself, if I really want to make this final push and get this out in the next month, it's going to be my only brow product that I use for the next 30 days. So we did exactly that. We had 30 more uses. I used up the last bit of product. There might be a little bit of product on the brush. Actually, no, there's not, because I was using a different brush for this product. So there might be some product on that brush, but I just cannot believe we've done it. I've never finished an eyebrow pomade. I never thought this day would come. I thought it would dry out before I was able to use up the remainder of the product, but Duraline kept it going, and it's gone. Is going. I'm so happy. And now my brow category in my makeup collection is very, very small. It's down to 2 items, just a pencil and a mascara, and that's all I need. Although I am curious to see if I will be missing a pomade because I haven't used a brow pencil in such a long time. I've been on the pomade train, first panning the Benefit Brow and now this. So we will see if I miss a pomade. I need to bring another one in. If you know of one that is good and affordable, cruelty-free, preferably, leave it in the comments below because I might be in the market soon. And we get to roll that out. This next item has been in since February of this year, and that is the Becca Afterglow palette. And we're just gonna keep the good news coming. Here's what this palette has been looking like over the past several months. When I first brought it into this project, it was weighing 73.93 grams. And we have been slowly emptying out these pans one by one. And we've been left with these 2 shades that are definitely gonna be the trickiest shades for me to work on. Topaz, which is like a bronzy highlighter shade, and then Wild Honey, which is a bronzy blush shade. It was weighing 70.75 grams last month. After 12 more uses, it is 70.3 grams this month, so I used up 0.45 grams of product, and here is what it's looking like today. And you will see that we do have some big changes today. We have finally hit pan on Wild Honey. I'm so excited about that. I knew it was coming close. I've really been making an effort to reach for this on a regular basis. I mix these 2 shades together and wear them as a bronzer, and it works quite well. I've also expanded pan on Topaz. There was like a little mini pan next to the pan, and those pans have joined, and it looks like there's more mini pans coming down here. It's also getting to be quite low in the pan. So I'm very hopeful that we will have this used up sooner than later. Maybe by the end of the year. I'm really gonna push for it. And it would just be so great to have finished 2 face palettes in the span of this year. I would feel very happy about that. And I'm just gonna keep plugging along there. I also reached for this as an eyeshadow at least twice, maybe even 3 times. Wild Honey works really well in the crease, and this one's a nice lid shade. Not super sparkly, but a nice enough shine for a very neutral look. The next item is another bronzer. I'm using that Becca Afterglow palette basically as a bronzer right now. So I'm panning 2 bronzers at a time, which is kind of tricky. We have been swapping back and forth. This is the Pure Bronzing Powder. It has been in since May of this year. When I first brought it in, it was weighing 42.89 grams, and I hit pan on this much more quickly than I anticipated I would. I didn't think I was going to try and use up this entire bronzer, but once I hit pan within the first month of using it, I decided to keep going with it, and the packaging's falling apart, so I want this thing out of my collection, out of my inventory by the end of the year. That's the goal. Here's what it was looking like last month. It was weighing 37.94 grams, and we were getting quite a large pan on there. I've used this 22 times in the past month. It now weighs 36.16 grams, so I used 1.78 grams of product, which seems impossible, but that's what the scale says. And here's what it's looking like today. And I hope you will see that that pan is significantly larger today. The pan is getting very, very small, very shallow. I'm really going around the circumference of that pan quite evenly with a very flat brush, and it's wearing it down nice and even. So it might even appear that there's more product in here than there actually is because it is so skinny and thin. So I'm really gonna push for this one too. I would love to have this finished next month. That would be amazing. I might kind of put Becca on the back burner, really focus in on this one, see if I can get it used up during the month of October. I would be so happy to have this gone. More broken packaging that I'm just sick of dealing with, but I really do like this bronzer. It's been kind of a pleasant surprise. I'm really glad I brought it into this project and got a chance to get to know it and use it. We definitely will have this finished before the end of the year. Like, that is a no-brainer. And surprisingly, this glittery bronzer still works quite well. I mean, come on, let's be clear here. It is officially fall in the Bay Area, but it is still a constant 80, 85 degrees. So shimmery bronzer, hey, we can get away with it. I'm not getting away with this sweater. I'm pushing it, okay? I'm just trying to manifest sweater weather by wearing sweaters in 85-degree heat. Sweater weather in the comments if you're with me. I've also been playing that song on my ukulele. It's been fun. The next item has been in since June of this year. That is the Mercier Caviar Stick, which is a sample that Sephora gave away, I think as a birthday gift a couple years ago. This product was weighing 7.14 grams when I brought it into this project. Last month, it was weighing 6.85 grams. It was looking like this. And after 21 more uses, today it is weighing 6.73 grams. So I used 0.12 grams of product. And today it is looking like this. Look how small it is today. It is getting quite nubby. I've been really trying to remember to reach for this every single day. I use it as a face highlight now and on my inner corner when I remember to. And then I also wear it all over my eyes as an eyeshadow primer when I'm wearing a more neutral eye. I don't do that on a daily basis, but when it fits the eye look, I am grabbing for this. I put this on the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, and then on my Cupid's bow and the inner corners of my eyes. Sometimes I'll do just below my brow, and I'm really enjoying it that way. I also think it helps my powder highlighter to stick to and just last throughout the day. After I put it on, I give it a little gentle tap to blend it in. It blends in pretty easily as far as I can tell, and I'm really enjoying it. Here are the measurements I've been taking on this product. So here is where it was when I rolled it in, and this is the bottom of the product. And there it was last month, and we are all the way down here this month with just a little bit to go. So if I can use the same amount of product that I used this past month, we can definitely have this empty by the next update. That would just be fabulous. I feel like I have a lot of things rolling out, getting close to the end of the year, so it feels really good, but it also makes me nervous to bring new things in. Even though this project pan is rolling, I just kind of roll with it, keep on going year after year. Look how deep it is when I roll it down. So that is very exciting. Next month's gonna be good. You better stay tuned for next month. The next item has been in since July, and that is the foundation I'm panning. This is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation in the shade Natural Beige M1. So when I first brought this into the project, it was weighing 154.87 grams, and I had used just a little bit of the product. It was basically full. Last month, it was weighing 139.3 grams. I used it 28 times in the past month. I did give it 2 days of a break for something else that I wanted to try out in my collection. Go figure. After 28 uses, it's weighing 131.35 grams this month. So I used 7.95 grams of product. and we still have a bit of product remaining in there. We've used up 23.5 grams, basically, I'm estimating here, but about 23.5 grams of this product. There's only 28 grams of product in here, so I think this is another one that has the potential to be finished by the next update. We only have about 4.5 grams remaining. And that means that probably in a couple weeks, like 2.5, maybe 3 weeks, this should be empty. It's still coming out of the pump just fine. I do about 1.5 pumps a day. But when I open it up, there is a significant amount of product in there still. Even once the pump stops working, I'll be scraping in there and getting all of that product off of the side that I can. I can really see a nice thick coating of it on the sides right now. But you cannot see any visual difference. There's no windowing happening. I haven't even been taking close-up videos of this. Actually, I think I have, but I haven't been including them in the videos because you cannot see any visual progress other than just the writing and all of that wearing away as my grubby hands touch it over and over and over and over and over again as I use it on a daily basis. So can't see much visually, but the weight difference is there, and we are less than 5 grams. I would say probably closer to 4 grams left because, like I said, I did use a little bit of this before bringing it into this project, and it is going to be gone. It is going to be gone next update. Mark my words. Again, you do not want to miss it. Subscribe. Are you subscribed? Because if you like empties, you found the place. You found the place to be. It's here with me. Next, we have a lip gloss. This is the Revlon Kiss Plumping Lip Cream in the shade Apricot Silk. I've been working on this since July. It was pretty much full when I brought it in. I'd only reached for it a couple times. I didn't really like this lip gloss very much. I still don't really like it very much. I mean, it's okay. It's good enough to use. It was weighing 11.2 grams when I rolled it in. It was looking like this, basically full. Last month, it was weighing 9.84 grams. It was looking like this, starting to get a little bit more of a pinch on that tube. I used it 16 times in the past month. Today it weighs 9.15 grams. So I've used 0.69 grams of product, and here's what it's looking like today. So I've really tried to squeeze as much of the air out as I can, but I think there are maybe some bubbles in there because I just feel like there's not a ton of difference. Maybe there is. Maybe once I see the video side by side, I will see a significant change in the amount of product in this end of the tube or the amount of squeeze I have down here. Hopefully that is the case. But this product also is just taking far longer than I thought it would. I'm not reaching for it as much as I was last month. It's just kind of more of that warm tone, like springy, summery shade that doesn't complement all of my eyeshadow or lip looks that I'm using during this time of year. I've used about 2 grams of product since bringing this lip gloss in, and it only has 7.1 grams of product inside of that little tube. So we are not going to be working on this indefinitely. I think with a couple more months, we should be able to get that thing very close to empty. It might follow us into next year. Unfortunately, I was hoping it wouldn't, but that's okay. We'll keep working at it. I'll try and make an effort to reach for it more during the month of October so we can have a better update for you next month. This next item was brought in just last month, and it is from my Tarteist Pro Glow palette. It is the cream contour shade inside in the shade. Yes, that is its name. Of course, the weights that I'm sharing on this product reflect the entire palette. And I've also been reaching for the highlighters in this palette pretty frequently. So any weight difference that we're going to observe is going to reflect both the use of the cream as well as whatever highlighters I reach for during that month. Although I'm definitely mostly reaching for that cream contour. So when I brought this into the project, it was weighing 266.58 grams and it was looking like this. That was just last month. It feels like so long ago, but you can see that this contour shade did have a little bit of a dip in it before we even brought it into this project. I did use this 29 times during the past month. Today is weighing 264.84 grams, meaning I used up 1.74 grams of product, which sounds like a lot, and hey, it's gonna look like a lot too. Here's what it looks like this month. Look at that big old stinking pan. I hit pan on this pretty quickly and it's just been expanding rapidly. Now, the sides are definitely a lot heavier and a lot thicker than the middle was, so my progress going forward might not be as rapid, but it is fun to see that big change in just 1 month of use. I am not reaching for a huge amount of product, I swear. I take my little cream contour blush, I dab it in gently, do one cheek and the upper forehead, dab it in gently again, do the other cheek, upper forehead, and then I take any residual on my jawline and then I buff that out with a separate brush. That's all I do. But I had a head start on this product. It kind of fades away, so sometimes I do add a little bit more if I want a deeper contoured look. And I think that with continued use, I might even be done with this by the end of the year. If I was able to make this jump in just 30 days, imagine what I can do in the next 90. You know I can do it. I know I have all of you rooting for me at home, and that is my motivating factor driving me forward. And if I can continue to make dedicated use on this, maybe I will finish up that cream product as well. And I'm very happy about that because I really wanted to use up all of my cream contour products this year. I just knew that they were old and I needed to get them moved out of my collection. And I'm doing it. And I'm doing it. So go me. That is the update there. And you'll also see, I mean, let's look at the rest of the palette. You'll also see that there might be some usage visible on the rest of the palette as well, because I have used this highlight shade quite frequently. As I continue to reach for this, I'm going to continue to reach for those highlights, and we'll see if I can get some more dips on there. Some more roughing up of those shades would be very fun and satisfying to see as well. This next product also rolled in last month. That is the bullet lipstick I'm working on. This is from Bite Beauty. They're a Amouse Bouche lipstick, and this is in the shade Sake. These items contain food grade materials, so they expire a lot faster than a lot of other bullet lipstick formulas. It was my goal to use up all of my Bite Beauty products in the past year or 2 years that I've been doing my project pans, and this is my very last one. So it was weighing 20.29 grams when I brought it into this project. Here's what it was looking like. It was basically brand new. I'd worn it a few times, but it hadn't nearly gotten enough use. And in the past month, I used it 7 times. And today it is weighing 20 grams. So I've used 0.29 grams of product, and here's what it's looking like today. So there she is. You can see the bee embossing on the side is getting, we haven't quite hit the bee, but we're getting very close to the bee compared to where we were last month. And I'm actually surprised at how big of a jump we were able to make with this lipstick in just 7 uses. Now, I don't count reapplications in those uses. I just count it as a day of use. So I wore this for 7 days, reapplying it throughout the day as needed, sometimes more, sometimes less than other days. Here's where it started last month, and we made a jump all the way down here this month. So I would estimate that we used up about 1/4 of the lipstick product in those 7 days of use, which is great. I love these formulas. They wear beautiful on the lips. They are so moisturizing. They smell nice. This is not my favorite shade. It's very cool toned. It's not the best for the fall, although I have been wearing more cool toned fall looks. So it pairs very well with those looks. And it's a nice winter shade for me as well. So it will work perfectly in December, January, February, the months we have coming ahead of us. If it even lasts that long on the project, we shall see. And last, we have the liquid lipstick that I'm currently working on. This is the Jeffree Star Liquid Lipstick in the shade Celebrity Skin. It's a very, very pale nude shade, and this was also brought into the project just last month. It was weighing 25.92 grams when I brought it in, and my goal was to use it 10 times total during the span of this project, or until I could use it no more, because as I've probably already said, my liquid lipstick collection is quite a geriatric collection. It is some of the oldest things in my collection, and it doesn't need to be. I'm not really reaching for these anymore, and I'm really making an effort to, but this one has been around for a couple years too long. So I wanted to give it its last shebang, its last hurrah, and I was able to use it 3 times in the past month. It's weighing 25.84 grams this month, so I've used 0.08 grams of product during those 3 uses. And friends, I gotta call it. I'm rolling it out. I'm not gonna be able to make it to those 10 uses. With my last Jeffree Star lipstick, the Anna Nicole shade, I was able to make it to the full 10. But this one, I just cannot do it, friends. Somehow it is even drier than the last one. I will swatch it for you. It probably will swatch okay, but when I wear it on the lips, it is just not happening. Also, something about just the time of year, the looks I've been trying to pair this with, when I put on this shade, it makes me feel very corpse-like, very dead. I really can only pair this with a very, very smoky eye. That's how it looks best, and that's really only works when I'm like going out at night, like a night on the town. That's the only time I would really wear a super vampy, dark smoky look like that, and I'm not doing that right now. Also, I just recently started an Accutane treatment, and it has begun. My lips and my skin and my hands and my mouth and all of those fun things are really starting to dry up, and I just don't think I can get away with liquid lipsticks. It's gonna be really touch and go with me with liquid lipsticks. I'm gonna have to use them very strategically, maybe only for videos or for photos or for very short-term use, because with the amount of dryness I'm experiencing, it might be a difficult mix. But we're gonna continue to work through my lipstick collection. I'm gonna toss this one in the bin. It had a great life, but it is very dry. It's dry as a bone. I don't know if you can even appreciate how dry this doe foot is. I'm moving it around in there. It feels like the Sahara Desert, a barren wasteland. It's not happening. We're putting it in the bin. We're rolling it out. I made my effort. I wore it 3 times. Okay. So that means we're rolling out 3 things. This cream contour palette is rolling out. We're rolling out the Chella Tantalizing Taupe Eyebrow Cream. I mean, I'm still amazed that we were able to empty that. And we are saying goodbye to Celebrity Skin, a beautiful nude, but just not really fitting my lifestyle right now. And even if I did want a nude like that, it ain't working with what we have going on in this tube these days. I'll have to refresh that item in my collection if I even need to. I think I have other nudes that are pretty similar. I'm gonna swatch some after this video, see what I can find. Let's roll in our 3 new items. Yay, get something new, something refreshing. I've been thinking a lot about it. It's kind of been tricky. Like I said, my collection's getting pretty pared down. We're winnowing down to the basics, other than those fun categories I told you about. So I'm kind of pushing it for some of these. So let's talk about what we're rolling in. I know I just had that big rant about liquid lipsticks, but I was going through all of the remaining liquid lipsticks in my collection, trying to find the ones that seemed the driest. And lo and behold, I found another Jeffree Star liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Androgyny, and it is a very mauve-y shade. It's kind of like an interesting shade. This will be a good shade for fall and winter. It's actually quite similar to Sake. So that's Androgyny right there. I'm gonna set my goal for this, again, to be 10 uses. It's definitely got a lot more juice than Celebrity Skin did. I think we should be able to get to those 10 uses. I'm excited to play with a shade that I haven't really worn a lot. It's a very deep shade. I don't really know why I bought this shade. There was a lot of hype behind it at the time when it came out. And at the time, I had this thing for Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks. There just weren't a lot of liquid lipsticks on the market at the time, and I just loved the novelty of the packaging and didn't know about Jeffree Star. I was ignorant, okay, I admit it. And now I know better. So this shade though, not really my shade. Like I said, it was amped up. I bought it, I bought into the hype, and I've barely worn it. It's kind of a deep shade for me on a regular day-to-day basis, but I've been becoming more comfortable with deeper shades. So maybe we'll fall in love. Maybe I'll really enjoy this. Looking forward to it. We're gonna use that 10 times, or we're going to try to, and see if it gets to stay in my collection for next year's inventory. This next item might be a long haul item for me. I'm a little nervous about it. I don't really know what I'm thinking. Like I said, I'm kind of grasping at straws here, really searching for things to bring in. So I decided to target something that's quite old in my collection and that I don't remember to reach for. And that is this nude eye pencil from Rimmel. This is their Scandalized eye pencil line. And again, it's in the shade Nude. I do have this in the inner rim of my lower lash today. I don't know if you can see it. I don't even know how well it works. It's a couple years old, but I'm thinking as I sharpen it, it should be nice and fresh underneath there. I was able to get it to a creamy place and apply it today. This could take me months and months. It could take me a year. I don't know if we'll even get that far. I might just get frustrated with it, but I really do want to try and use this up. It's been sitting in my drawer for far too long. I do like the effect of this product when I remember to use it. I just don't really know how long it lasts. I'm also going to try and apply this in the inner part of my inner corner to brighten that area up, kind of smudge it in, and even use it on my brows. I can like smudge it there as a highlight too. So I'm gonna find some creative ways to use it. Today this is weighing 4.69 grams, and get used to her. She might be around a while. We're gonna try and use this one up. I'm reaching for the stars here, friends. Reach for the moon, you might land in the stars. Something like that, right? What do they say? I don't know, but we're reaching. Wish me luck with that one. I think I might need it. The final item we are rolling in is actually a powder foundation, and I don't have a lot of powder foundations in my collection, but I have more than one, and I figured we might as well work on this one here. Okay, so story here. The one we're working on is not the Makeup Forever powder foundation. I just had this component left over, and I recently had the Makeup Revolution powder foundation in the shade medium with me in Vegas, and I was having a really good time that night, and I dropped my compact and it smashed everywhere, but I was able to save some of it. That didn't fall to the floor, that was still in the compact. I repressed the product that I could save into this compact, and there it is. That's the remaining product in there. I really do love this powder foundation from Makeup Revolution. I will insert a picture of what the packaging looks like here, so if you want to find it in store. It's definitely a drugstore powder foundation that I would recommend. I haven't tried a lot of them, but I really love the coverage on it. I find that it wears really well. I use this mainly as a touch-up powder throughout the day if any of my foundation starts to move or lift, and it really touches up that area nicely and smooths it out. And because it's about half empty, and I did actually buy a backup powder foundation to replace this one since it broke, actually this exact one from Makeup Forever, I thought we might as well use this one up. So that is what we are going to focus on. I'm going to have some powder foundation days in the next couple months, just a little concealer and powder foundation. See how I enjoy that look. I've been wearing liquid foundation for the past couple years and rarely reaching for a powder foundation, but when I do wear them, I really enjoy how my skin looks. So I'm excited to just have more fun with powder foundation, wear it on a more regular basis, and just kind of explore that category of makeup that I haven't spent a lot of time with. Today it is weighing 80.75 grams, and that is without the sponge. So I'm saying that to the camera, but I'm really saying it so that I will remember to weigh it without the sponge next time. Okay, so that is my update today. Wow, that was a wild ride. I really hope you enjoyed it. We had some great updates. We got to roll out 3 products, 2 of them being big long haul items that I'd been working on for the better part of a year or more. So I'm so excited to finally be moving through and bringing new things into this project every month. Cannot wait to get into my inventory with all of you in the next couple months and share how well I've done over the past year. I also was thinking about doing a video going through everything I finished up during the year of 2022. And I also was wondering if you'd be interested in hearing about my Accutane experience. I know there's like a million videos about Accutane out there, but if you'd be interested in hearing my experience with Accutane, or you think that'd be something interesting for me to share, let me know, because I've been thinking about making a video about it, but I don't want to do it if people don't care. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and let me know. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family, and I cannot wait to see you in my next update. It's gonna be a good one, like I said.